Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another not cross case, spoiler log tournament race here. Today we have Zelda versus Eriror in the 2-0 Swiss round. My name is Walter, and I am joined by the one, the only, German Fellain. How are you doing today?
Hey, what's up, Walter? What's up, chat? It's been a while. Happy to be here. Happy to be commentating with you and seeing these two runners, top-notch runners, by the way, going at each other. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this, honestly.
It's going to be an interesting one for sure. I know Zelda is a big fan of this game mode and also a really good runner. And I think we all know about the capabilities from Eri as well. So this is bound to be a good one.
Yeah. I mean, Eri probably has like a slight execution edge over Zelda, but then like as you said, Zelda likes this mode a lot, so he's probably like very well practiced, like reading the spoiler log and seeing where all the items are. So maybe his routing like saves him a little bit of time here and there, and yeah, maybe I can just only guess it's gonna be very close in the end.
Yeah, for sure. And we can see there both their timers going closer to 0 here, so the study period is almost over. So at this point they probably have the major components of their route filled out. It's going to be interesting to see if they're going to have the same idea of the early game or not.
Yeah, I think especially like at the start of the seed, it's like super interesting to see like how do I get to rupees, how do they get to like bombs, how many safeties are you gonna grab along the way? Are you just gonna like depend on your execution and be like, okay, 3 hearts, like maybe blue mail is gonna be enough or something? So I think this is like all depends on like runners' preferences, right? Like some people go for a little bit more health and safety, others don't. And we see how these guys play it out.
Yeah, something that we've seen so far has definitely been like consumables. Something that a couple of runners tend to forget sometimes, because you're like, okay, here's my items, but then all of a sudden you're like, oh, well, I actually need a bomb to get this item.
I think it's also quite difficult, or it also depends a lot on like how difficult the seed is in general. If it's like you have to like multi-dip a certain location like 3 times or something, then you get kind of confused. You try to figure out the route a little bit longer, right? And that also means you have less time to figure out safeties, consumables, what you said, and all that stuff. So yeah, we see what kind of seed we get.
Yeah, it looks like we're about to get off here, so we'll see where they decide to go.
Yeah, Eri playing with his usual sprite, the Dark Link, gets some bombs in Link's house already, so that's, guess that covers that that problem.
Yeah, for sure. It looks like they both have the same idea of heading towards the eastern area. Interesting kill there.
Yeah.
One of the few
maybe
things
setting
that's
up for
not...
like a triple.
Yeah, that could be, because triples are actually in the spoiler log. One of the few things that aren't in the spoiler log is the drop pools for enemies. So maybe it was just checking that, or maybe you're setting up for a triple.
Eri picking up the shield. I wonder if that's for the Swamp Palace entry later on, with that one
with the hook.
Yeah. Yeah, he throws like a spear at you, and you can block that with the shield. And I know Eri likes to do that. Not sure about Zelda, because he didn't pick it up, so I guess it's not that important for him. But looks like we're going to back of escape here.
Yeah, getting good use out of our bomb so far in Link's house.
Yeah, grabbing all the chests. I think that's pretty fair. Especially if it's like right there, a chest with like a heart piece. I think you should always grab it if it's right next to the item you want to get, which was boots, by the way, in this case. So early boots, early gloves, that's already looking very good, in my opinion. That's like an A
for
plus
sure.
C.
Yeah, if you can get early boots, then probably gonna have somewhat of a good time in this game mode. This is the first divergence we see here. Eriror is heading into Kakariko, while Zelda is heading to the uncle instead.
Oh, there's our hammer, right at Uncle. Eri picking up a heart container here in the Kak wall.
Yeah, heart's pretty good safeties. And I mean, dropping down there, it's kind of fast still.
Yeah.
Using his last bomb here though.
And meanwhile, Zelda picked up the Ether Medallion, so I would just guess it's needed for one of the dungeons at the end.
Yeah, we have them pre-Mars, so it looks like Meyer needs Ether and Quake for Tartarok. We also have all the pendants and crystals laid out in advance here, because that's highly unlikely our runners are gonna go for a map check during this run.
So Eri picked up that sword early on, trying to farm a bomb here. Wonder where he's gonna heading, since we still see Zelda and escape.
Yeah, he got that sword from Chicken Hut, right?
Yeah. Heading over to what looks like Mini Moldom Cave. Yep. Ooh, takes the fall here. That's actually such a small gap to walk on there. If you are not like flush against the wall at the bottom, you just fall down. But you also don't want to hold down, because if you like get past the gap, you will just walk out the door and then have to redo everything. So it's like kind of tight actually to get that.
For sure. Nice blue mail hook shot and 2 swords. Okay. That's a pretty good Minimoldorm cave. We did see the moon prawl in the boomerang chest in Escape as well, so Zelda actually has Darkhold access at this point. Heading into Blindside, I think Eriror's did not.
Yeah, Eri did not go in here. So let's see what he grabs. Not heading straight for the bag. Grabbing some more extra money. Maybe we need money, or maybe he just wanted to grab some bombs along the way.
Yeah, might be for more bombs, because we don't even have enough to buy them. I mean, I guess we know that we need at least 110 at some point for pod, so they might just be saving up a couple of places where it seems convenient. Let's see, a triple from Eriror getting 20 rupees.
I think that was the tier 3 triple right there. Because he definitely fell down in Mini Moldom Cave earlier, so that resets his don't get damage counter thingy. Yeah, Zelda picking up that fighter sword. I would guess they just switch places right now, and then maybe diverge to the same route again after this.
Yeah, and that's definitely what it looks like at the moment. We'll see if there's anything more useful here in the light world, or maybe they're just gonna head into the dark world. They're gonna be fine in terms of weapons, for at least. Temper sword, it's gonna one-shot a lot of enemies in the dark world. We're kind of still low in health, but the blue mail is definitely probably one of the best safeties you can get in this mode, because normally you don't get too many hearts.
Yeah, I think I would be personally almost feel very safe with that loadout right now. 4 hearts, blue mail, tempered sword, that's almost enough. Maybe a couple of extra hearts along the way, but this is at least the minimum you want to look out for, I would say.
Definitely enough to let you do some mistakes here and there without insta-dying.
And Eri making use of the stun price knowledge, which is also written in the spoiler log, which is a single bomb off of stunned enemies. Very smart move here. He also needs to for probably Hype Cave if you want to go. Yeah, looks like we're heading there.
Yeah, and looks like Zelda is gonna follow suit, heading in there as well. Ooh, there's another triple for 80 rupees, probably the one he was looking for before.
Getting a red potion here. More money. The flute. Oh.
Almost did the same and quit there, but decided to change their mind last minute.
Looks like Zelga's not gonna pick up the money here, so let's see where Eri's going. It's like we're heading west. Makes me think.
Make sure to grab another bomb.
Yeah, another like a lot of bombs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
it's a good way to save your money at least.
Zelda also didn't pick up that red potion, I guess. Chat's right. Oh, that's Fire Rod. We're both saving and quitting here, so we're still like neck and neck right now.
Yeah, I guess the little bit of execution edge for Eri is showing, because he's opening more chests, but they're still like kind of synced up.
Yeah, that's kind of, I would say, what was to be expected of this. Kind of like a very close race. We'll see. This is just like 8 minutes in. We already have a lot of items, honestly, but there's still a couple more to go, and there's also like still 7 dungeons we have to beat, and also GT and Ganon and all that.
Yeah, if it's gonna continue to be this close throughout all those dungeons, it's gonna be a good one for sure.
I mean, look at the birds like dancing with each other, like.
Okay, looks like we're both heading to Agina's cave here. Nice to be able to route this in when you finally have the flute, instead of have to run all the way here.
Yeah, we already need like a lot of bombs in this seed so far. I feel like. Not sure if that's like usual or not.
I mean, yeah, the overworld, a lot of used overworld spots overall seem to be like a bomb requirement to get to.
So catching up a little bit after Eri bonked in Agina's cave.
I would imagine this, yeah, they're just turning in right away. No way there's gonna go that far out of the way for a mushroom, unless it's required.
Ooh, that's actually pretty good. So this was available like pre-Dark World as well, right? Because Mushroom was in Agina.
Yeah.
So we got Moon Pearl, Hammer, and Mids in Light World already. So that's insane, actually. We have another divergence going on here. I think Zelga's in the Old Man Cave. Meanwhile, Eri enters the Dark World portal here, north of Kag Village.
Yeah. So we'll see. Looks like Eri is gonna just head straight in for Thieves Town. And looks like Zelda made it out with the old man.
Ooh,
yeah, that's nice. And they also have that save and quit point now, which is kind of nice to have, because a lot of the times the old man is not required to save. So see some save and quit sometimes, and then they're like, "Oh, okay, you're right. I have to flip back up again."
Yeah. But yeah, I just looked at the tracker and figured out if we could like skip an item maybe, but it looks like all of the major items are required. Can't skip Fire Rod, can't skip Mirror, can't skip Cane, so looks like we need a bunch of items still.
Yeah, not the kindest crystal layout for being able to skip items, unfortunately.
So there's another hard
I guess
container.
we're having Fire Rod, at least we don't need bombos.
Yeah, yeah, I guess you're right. There's one
Ooh,
more. Oh.
yeah, nice bow paired with 100 rupees. It's almost like it's something you need when you have the bow.
That was like the sickest bomb jam in this cave I've ever seen. He just went out of the room with the chest and just like diagonal into that corner. That was crazy. I've never seen that. I like it. It looks like nothing so far in Thieves here on Aries end. He's just like got the big key, went upstairs, bombed the floor. Maybe downstairs is some more stuff.
Could be. Sometimes we see runners sometimes just do a dungeon in Go mode as well, just to like maybe clear their head or think about their next move as well.
Yeah. I mean, they have like a little bit of preparation time, but I think this is like a valid strategy as well. Like, let's say you could just like clear this dungeon, which looks like what Aries doing, and then you can also like think about what you're gonna do next, see maybe what your opponent is doing or something. I'm pretty sure these guys are allowed to watch the stream, right?
Yeah, they're allowed to have each other's streams up or the restream. So feel free to say hi in chat if they're here. They might not be responding though.
There's a book. Let's see what else we got in this cave. This Zelga's still going. Grabbing a cape. Okay.
Cape.
Grabbing a heart.
This looks like a spy cave play to me.
Yeah,
did see there was nothing in Thieves Town here. Unless I missed something, but yeah, well, this is gonna be a interesting spy cave. Normally this would be out of logic with this amount of gear. So this might be a close one.
Oh, that cave was like last frame. That was so close. Uh-oh. I would not.
Wow, okay, yeah, that was a sick spike cave. Good reward as well.
Yeah, I would not have done that, honestly. I think I would have looked for like another item or another heart container, but I guess Zelda knows what's up. We might find the lamp here and hammer packs, so Eri got that going, which might save some time, especially if he picks it up like that early in the run.
Yeah, well,
you can lose a lot of time if you pass in there.
For sure. And I don't have to worry about any dark rooms from Eri's side. Looks like he's gonna head up the mountain now as well. Zelda, after doing the spy cave, climbing up Death Mountain once again. We did get a book in Spy Cave.
Yeah, maybe there's stuff on Ether Tablet. I mean, what other reason would there be, right?
Yeah, definitely looks where he's heading, that's for sure. Could clear out Hera at the same time as well.
They could even do the yeah, it looks like we're heading to the tablet. Could also do a Hera part right here, I think. Depending on what's upstairs. Ooh, okay, well that explains a lot. Man.
Yeah, so that's a required double trip up the mountain so far, I guess.
Yeah, I think these runners are pretty happy this is a spoiler log race and not your average run. Because Mirror on Ether Tablet is probably like a very bad location, especially after getting book on like Darkwood Deathon. When are you gonna come back for that?
Yeah, yeah. In a normal race, you probably would have done Hera already at that point as well. A really nice boot setup for the Hairpot there from Zelda. Just doing it blind without any pulse buffers.
Grabs his first crystal, so we're 1-1 in crystals right now. Nice dash buffering here from Eri to get that bomb jump.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of pretty cool take from both these runners so far.
So it looks like they're again just like switching places right now. But then, what else do we need? We still need a Quake Medallion and an Ice Rod.
Yeah,
I think that's it, right?
Ice Rod. It looks like it to me. So now it's a time for a bit of relaxation for Zelda. Doing Feast Town with 6 hearts might not be relaxing for most people, but this is an opportunity for him to just take a bit of a breath.
Yeah, maybe that's also why Eri did Thieves Town first, by the way, so he has like a heart container more for Spike Cave. I guess that makes a lot of sense, right?
Did get extra with the harpies. That's true. I also picked up the potion, so
yeah, the red potion.
Eri will be a bit more safe in Spike Cave. Okay, so it looks like Eri is heading over there to the Evo tablet as well. Probably going to be the first one of these to get to choose what the next location for us is going to be here, as Zelda is finishing up Feast Town.
I think it's still going to be like pretty close.
Oh yeah, I guess he still has Spike Cave left.
Yeah, and also
Hera
can
leave here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true.
But also doing Thieves Town first, right, makes Eri have one additional save and quit, and we all know, since a couple of patches, that's not exactly what you're looking for.
Yeah, it's dark times to be a random runner. You want to save the frames.
So nice Herapod as well from Eri. Probably was about the same time, I would guess. Because Zelda did get it very early with the hook speed strats here.
Yeah, Zelda had to do it a couple of times when you're doing when you have to reset it a couple of times when you're doing the spin speed. It doesn't take very long compared to having to like set up the bump setup over and over again.
So this is like a blind fight versus a Spike Cave, so this looks still about even to me. So what do you think? Where are we gonna go next? Where's our Ice Rod gonna be at?
That's an interesting question. I mean, I could always check in the spoiler log, but I won't.
We could ask Chad. I mean, I guess that makes more sense, right? Okay, Chad,
yeah.
So what do you guys think? Where's the Ice Rod gonna end up being? With a Misery Maya guess already?
Yeah, Mr. Meyer would definitely have everything to clear that. Oh, looks like Zelda is.
See, there was like a good visual of Zelda being able to already float away while Eri was like stuck in the save and quit delay.
Yeah, the end was exactly what we were missing.
So yeah, that's pretty much the time he has on him right now.
It looks like they're both heading in here, the same portal. It's like a swamp play almost.
Let's see if that shield comes in handy. Oh, it does.
Yep. But Zelda managed to dodge it as well, though.
Yeah, that was a pretty good dodge. I've never seen that, actually. Oh, let's see if... No, Eri missed the the lever here. Otherwise, he could have skipped that anti-fairy because he was like in time for that. But apparently levers behave really weird in this game. So when you try to like pull the lever when you approach it and you don't let go of any directionals for like a single frame, you just like turn around and walk away again. So you have to let go for like every D-pad input for 1 frame at least, and then you can just pull it. Otherwise it won't work. And that's pretty much what happened to Eri here. That's why it looks so weird. He like turned around and started a dash instead.
And it looks like they're pretty much synced up here again.
Yes. We still have a slight like timer desync, I guess, but this is still like within the 3 seconds of each other right now. So I like how Eri grabbed the rail there, because he has a shield. So if you grab the rail when you have a shield and both skeletons are alive, you save a couple of frames.
Oh, interesting. I didn't. Definitely not know about that one.
Yeah, so you either want to kill like one of the stealthos, or grab the wall when the lever's like being pulled. But it's not that much though. It's like a couple of frames.
Looks like they're both picking up the extra 5 arrows. Actually, our first arrow so far.
Yeah.
Both going for the diver down here as well. One going for the bomb setup, and the other one for the cane setup.
Yeah, both getting it pretty fast. Yeah, that's very impressive. Grabbing more arrows here.
Yeah, it's nice to know where all these consumables are hidden in the dungeons, so you don't have to worry about that later going into a boss fight and not having any arrows.
Yeah.
So they're both going straight for Argus, so if there's anything in here, it's probably on the boss. Maybe this is just another one of those where they're just doing a dungeon because it's never going to be more convenient than right now anyways. Ooh, really nice, almost a 0 cycle from Eri. Just barely missed it.
Yeah, I think the boss like also would not have given it to him, because sometimes there's like this weird thing that happens. You do like the perfect 0 cycle and he still just like gives you a spin. I think the spin was like super early there. Oh, there's 10 more arrows actually. that's
yeah.
Nice.
Up to
20 is gonna be like what's good right now. Guess kind of depends on if you find silver still or not.
Well, looks like we're heading to another tablet here. That would make this book very valuable. So I guess it makes a lot of sense then to just clear out swamp on the way to the tablet here.
Is this ice rod? It's not ice rod.
Okay, looks like Ice Palace is next here for Eri. Very nice to be able to have the cane going into this dungeon. Zelda is gonna head to a pod play here instead. I was gonna say pod and Eastern combo, but since Eastern is a pendant, I think we're only heading in there if there's something required in there.
Yeah, I think at this point we are like pretty much set for our route, right? Unless Ice Road is in like some arbitrary place.
Yeah, so the order of doing dungeons here doesn't really matter too much, as long as you don't forget to pick up that mysterious ice rod.
Yeah. Are you clearing that room? Is this it? It's not it.
Big key, okay. Big key is kind of nice in this dungeon, I suppose. You don't need to hit the switch when you have the big key. You wouldn't need a small key, I suppose, as well, if you're not hitting the switch, though. Nice hammer dash there without breaking the skull.
Oh, that
Okay,
is.
there's
All
our
right.
ice run.
Yeah,
So
so I
that's
guess it
full knowledge for us.
I think that also means go on ferry, right?
Yeah.
Like 27 minutes. When does this ever happen?
Yeah, this could be a really fast one. It's gonna be interesting to see if they. I was just about to say if they manage to find any safeties on the way. It looks like Zelda is getting a green potion there. It's gonna be nice to have going into Ice Palace.
Are you gonna go pick up that extra key here to be able to go downstairs?
Good call. It can be easy
That
to
actually
forget sometimes.
Does that actually save time, like all of that, compared to hitting that switch, like clearing the
I mean,
room and this?
I would want to say probably not, but since Eri's doing it and he's way smarter than me and better than me at this game, then I guess maybe it does.
I would guess it's probably about even. I'm not sure. He maybe has some numbers. We can ask him. Yeah, there's a couple of extra like screen transitions while you go through these as well. So yeah, I don't know.
It could be a case of like you grab the big key and then maybe he thought there was like a small key on the way, but then was checking through the log and realized it wasn't, or something like that.
That was a pretty sick cold cycle, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah, if there's something Ares used to, is probably killing these bosses with a tempered sword.
Oh yeah, definitely. Also, I just noticed that Zelda skipped that lamp completely, so...
Yeah,
this
that's
upcoming room, not the nicest one without the lamp. Maybe he's gonna use the fire
It's
rod.
the fire rod at least. It looks like he's just completely gonna skip the fire rod shot too. Oh, he missed one, but that was actually really sick.
Yeah,
how he took down all the other turtles.
I think at some point, if you practice this, like, or if you do this room with like the lamp more than enough times, you just like get used to the inputs, I guess, if that makes any sense. And you just like autopilot it, and it honestly works like 80% of the time, I would say.
Yeah, the only dark room I'm like a little bit questionable about right now is gonna be Meyer, because it's like multiple. A bit more complicated dark rooms in a row, which like I have no fear that Zelda can't do them. It's just I'm just questioning, maybe it would have been faster to have the lamp at that point.
Yeah, maybe. I personally would have picked up the lamp for sure here, just because of Meyer, because that dark room is not easy. It's probably like by far the most difficult one. If you like still learning them. But yeah, so far yeah, sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna mention we have Ice Palace left for Zelda and Eri going into pod here. Except for that, they both have just Meyer and Turtrock after that.
Yeah, so it looks like whoever's gonna like head out of this like their respective dungeon right now is gonna be the one that's ahead, if that makes any sense, because they probably go into Meyer and then Tirog, right? Like
yeah, and something that's interesting in Meyer as well is that Eri is gonna be set up to do the Spooky Meyer. But I'm not sure if I've ever seen anyone do Spooky Meyer in the dark though. So that might be something Zelda has to pass on.
I've definitely seen it, but I cannot recommend it. I've seen people do it before, but it's not pretty.
So Zelda is gonna hit the switch here instead of picking up that big key and the small key.
Do you ever watch like restreams or runners and you think about like, this looks so cool, they're so fast, their menus are like super quick, and you kind of, you know, get like a little bit envious of them, and you wonder if it looks the same for you, because these two guys definitely make me feel that way.
Yeah, I mean,
Like, I think I could just sit here for like 5 hours straight and just watch these guys like play the game and still be amazed at how good they are. It's so crazy.
yeah, for sure. There's so many optimizations that you can do in this game, and these runners are definitely good at most of them, for sure. I like the confidence that both runners did here of just damage boosting through the spikes to make it a little bit faster instead of doing it the safe way.
Also, Zelda sadly missing that staircase clip here, which is pretty cool actually. Not many people go for that anymore. I think it was like a very common thing when it was found, and now it like rarely anyone does it. Eri going for the swordless hammer hits here, very clean so far.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, and shoutouts to Eri in chat as well.
Double hammer, tempered spin, hammer saw. What a show off. No, I'm kidding. He's done that a million times by now, I think. Maybe not as much, but a lot of times. Yeah, Zelga's
Yeah.
code getting a little bit out of hand, but still very clean though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Eri's gonna be just a little bit ahead into the last two dungeons here.
Yeah, I think this is like the main part where like execution comes in handy.
All right, both heading into my ear. Pretty straightforward. Get the big key, go to the boss, and then head up to Pert Rock.
And pray that the big key is not on cutscene chest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how much of a difference the lamp is gonna do here in this dungeon. Now I kind of wished I timed when they went into the dungeon.
I was gonna ask, like, what do you think is their like time difference?
Yeah, I think Zelda went in at 34:20, but I have no idea when Eri went in.
I mean, we can still check when they go downstairs. Also looks like the bridge chest maybe has the big key. So maybe we see a hover here.
Oh, it looks like it does.
Maybe Zelga's gonna go for it too. I don't know if Zelda can hover actually.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that either, actually.
Yeah, this might be a way to like make up some time, but also easy way to lose time, so not sure if I would go for that, honestly, unless I was like super confident. Okay, it doesn't look like he's gonna go for it. So yeah, we're going downstairs at like 35:17.
Yeah, and it definitely is set up for the spooky as well. Remembering not to hit the spike here, because we never had to flip the switch when we went in here.
Yeah, so that was like a 30-second like darkroom experience. Zelda went down at 35:39, so let's see if he gets out at 36:09 or if it's a little bit later. But yeah, he got past the, in my opinion, the most difficult room, which is the switch room at the very start.
Mm-hmm. You're doing some nice damage boost here. Very low percent for doing damage boost, but getting it off really nicely here. Whoa, was that spooky in the dark from Zelda, the madman?
Yeah, he also only lost 10 seconds over Eri here, so that's still pretty impressive, honestly.
Oh yeah, that's crazy. Because it surely takes more than 10 seconds to go pick up that lamp.
He's gonna use that cape.
Mm-hmm. don't have a lot of magic, but I guess we did pick up a magic potion.
Oh, this is stuff I don't want to watch.
Yeah, this is a scary fight right now.
Oh god,
Ooh.
no!
Yeah, that's rough.
Man, why is it always Vitreous?
Yeah, Vitreous, very unforgiving boss.
It's always the eye bosses. It's either Vitreous or Cold Stare. These guys every time, dude. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, there's still a little bit of race left here. And I mean, you guys just saw like how quick it can, you know, hit someone and then you lose a bunch of time.
Yeah, so Zelda is definitely gonna have to pray that Eri is gonna run into some dangerous situations here as well in order to catch up here. Because at this point, it was very close, but now he's definitely a bit behind.
Yeah, on the other hand, though, Eri can, you know, sit back a little bit and you know, play it a little bit more safe.
Yeah, we're definitely seeing both the runners in chat so far, so we are aware that they have the restream up. So there is definitely a situation like that where the runner who's behind sometimes have to play a bit more risky, and the one who's ahead can just play it a bit more safe.
And yeah, definitely also what Zelda says in chat right now. Stress is like a really big thing in these kind of races, to be honest, especially if you're like up against one of these guys. You're like constantly thinking, maybe I'm missing something. What if I forgot like an item? What if my route is like not good enough? Or like I missed, you know, a key item somewhere. And yeah, definitely not my favorite mode for sure, but yeah, so this messes with your head in like during these races.
Yeah, it's a very stressful mode. Both in the prep time, the study time, and throughout the seed as well, since they're normally quite a bit more low percent than a normal seed would be. Looks like we're able to skip the chain jump room here. Which
I was gonna say that looks so weird.
So probably one of the dangerous rooms to try and go for a key dash in.
So it looks like vanilla big key, I guess. Pretty sure we haven't seen that yet. Sorry. And probably a small key somewhere along the way.
Yeah, so it looks like Zelda is about a half a Turtok behind at this point. I guess slightly more because he still needs to open up Turtok as well. But I mean, we do still have Ganon's Tower left as well, which is the Gauntlet can be a bit scary sometimes with low health. There's a lot of stuff that does 1 heart of damage in the Gauntlet. Looks like we're gonna have to go to a laser bridge because we have 0 keys at this point.
Wonder if we're gonna pick up the safety hearts or if we just like trooper through it. Or we just use the potion.
There's the red potion coming in handy, but also means we won't have it for Ganon's Tower. So
Maybe trigger like a small quadrant glitch here. I hope not.
Let's hope not.
Yep.
Oh, there was the Vicky. Okay.
Oh,
That makes a lot more sense then, because I was like, wow, Eri picked up that Vicky really quickly. I looked away for 2 seconds, and he's already on his way back.
I forgot that Eri went like right side first and then went, you know, bottom left room. So I was confused. I was like, wait, where did he get the Vicky? I was so confused because I thought he needed like a small key, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I promise I'm watching this race.
Heading into Trinex. 7 shots of magic for Eri. Looks like we're going to go for the backdoor strats here.
Yeah, this is what he does like in NMG every time. His usual, you know, toolkit and stuff. Should be good.
Wait, you telling me Eriror plays NMG?
Yes.
Really nice Trinex kill there. Ooh, the change.
Zelda he wanted that key dash. I saw that, but yeah, I respect it.
Yeah. Gonna have to play a bit more safe for the rest of the dungeon here now.
Yeah. Yeah, these arrows, very good choice. Do we play the mini game in this tournament?
People can guess what location it is in, but no numbers and there's no like leaderboard or anything.
Right.
So just say which chest you think it's in.
All right.
I guess Fellaini, you're not allowed to guess because you have the spoiler log up, or you might have.
I mean, I know which chest it is. I just don't know which number it's gonna be, right?
Yeah. Ooh, that's a nice safety to get here in Ganon's Tower.
I like that hook shot to the torch to like save a little bit of time there. That was very cute. I'm still worried about Zelda, but he's probably gonna pick up the safety house here. Oh, there it is.
There it is. Bottom right in Dark Magician room, or Stalfos room, or whatever you want to call it. I think Dark Magician is the spoiler log name for it.
Oh, are we going the all dungeons? Oh, maybe not. Oh, maybe still. I don't know.
Yes. Speaking of all dungeons, that was actually Eri's file name. So I do believe he's in the final of that tournament, which is playing tomorrow, I think.
Yeah, I think so. I think tomorrow's game 1, and if they need it, on Sunday is gonna be game 2. And he's gonna play against Bwain, which is also a pretty good runner. Rando and NMG, and all dungeons, and like everything this game has, just like Eri. So these guys are gonna go at each other. So if you have nothing to do tomorrow, make sure to watch that race. And we see Zelda head into his Trinex fight here. Oh, I think he missed a shot.
Yeah, going for the backdoor strats as well there. Ooh, a little bit scared as hell.
So was a little bit nervous about his magic situation, not gonna lie, but he made it. Meanwhile, Eri's gonna be
2 hearts in the gauntlet here. No potions or powder or anything like that, so don't have a lot of room for mistakes anymore. I guess there is like a few ones you can pick up on the way.
Yeah, also I think it was very smart for him to not pick up the heart that was just right there, because he would have probably lost it immediately after that, because this is like one of the rules. You just don't want to stop in there. Once you get going, just...
Yeah, I feel like that as well. BMOS probably would have just sniped him if he went for that hard.
Yeah.
Did manage to get one after the Lemo was here, and that one is pretty free to pick up, so... Ooh, I
think he wanted that.
It looked like he was about to try and stop there, but it might have been too late at that point.
And there's a couple of doors that'll just like suck you in if you go near them, which is super weird because sometimes you like still want to turn around and get something like this heart, and then it's just too late. You're gone. And I think that's what happened right here.
Half magic definitely paying off in the climb here. Didn't have to pick up full magic there, and also was able to use some magic on the Lemulas fighter as well. Even damage boosting here. Does get that heart back, and another heart here as well as that full magic. And there's the big key for Zelda. Gonna head straight upstairs as well.
Yeah, sadly you threw that Vitreous Staff one like upstairs GT behind. Oh, there's more hearts. So we're on
very nice.
That's 9 heart containers right now.
Looks like it. 5 at the moment for Eri, and probably not going to be more than that during the Ganon fight here. But that's enough to at least be able to get hit once.
Yeah, we just saw Harry's follow alert take off, so you guys go ahead, do the same as that guy. Give Eri and also that guy a follow, because these guys are definitely like worth, watching and supporting.
Yeah, for sure. They did not manage to be in the 2-0 round for no reason, that's for sure. Nice Aga fight there from Eri. Zelga's about to start the gauntlet with 3 hearts. I think that's about the same as Eri had when he went in there as well.
Yeah, I think so. I'd like to see more fire rod use. If you have like half magic in gauntlet, just like go at it. Saves so much time in my opinion, because you're gonna refill somewhere anyway, right?
Yeah, for sure. I like that strategy.
Oh man, that enemy burned so long. He had to like dodge the laser in additional time.
That's the negative part of shooting the Sysex. The Stalfos just evaporate right away. You get like the okay. Did have enough health to buffer once, but cannot get hit again here.
Meanwhile, Zelda almost died trying to pick up that fairy in the gauntlet as well. That's some spiciness on both ends, I guess.
And both runners did end up to not pick up the silvers, which was in the fire snake room in Ganon's tower. Ooh, that was kind of scary. The position of Ganon there.
I think Eri's probably gonna use to that like exact teleport thing going on. Actually, not sure if Zelda plays some of the vanilla speedruns. Maybe he does actually. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure, to be honest.
I mean, he's definitely not lacking execution-wise, to be honest.
Yeah, for sure.
And that was
a Ganon down for Eri. That was a really clean Ganon fight, except for that one hit they took. Get your GGs in for Eriror. It's gonna go into the 3-0 rounds in the Swiss tourney so far.
Yeah, that was a very nice round. Also, 51 minutes, 15 seconds. Man.
Yeah, that's a really good time.
I guess really the only thing that like slowed us down was that mirror on the ether tablet. That was kind of unnecessary. But other than that, I think the sea was like pretty free, right? Almost all the items, except for Ice Road, I think, was like at the overworld. So this was just like go and do all the overworld, and then you're good.
Yeah, for sure. And we are joined by Eriror. GG is on the run, dude.
Yeah, thanks.
Hey, GG's my dude.
Ooh, that was pretty close for a very long time.
Yeah, for sure. It was a crazy run. A lot of the times, the few times you guys did end up diverging, you kind of like just met up again at the same spot, same dungeons.
Yeah, well, it was always just like 2-3 seconds difference after these like divergencies, right? And yeah, but then I mean, you watched the restream, I'm pretty sure, and then Zelda sadly died to Vitreous, which put you ahead quite a bit.
Yeah, that was super rough. I hated to see that, but yeah, that's how it goes. Like the margins in spoiler loggers are so tight. They're so small, and like especially balls like Gold Star Vidi. Sometimes you try next, like especially if you have only mouse sword or something, like they can really be the deciders in the race.
Yeah, that's definitely true. I think what made like the most difference in this race was you picking up that red potion in a hype cave, honestly. Because I think that would have given Zelda a little bit more like comfortness in a couple of places.
Yeah. Yeah, I think maybe I was a bit too passive to just use an NTR, but I think that was the only way that I would have lost if I just died on Laser Bridge or something.
Yeah.
Like,
I think
I
that
might
makes
play
sense.
it differently if I wasn't watching the restream, but like it's so hard to tell because if I just grabbed the extra hearts there in the dark room, I would have been on 4. But even then, if you get hit by a laser with blue mill and then fall down, you're still dead. So the other option was to just take the safety exit, and that just I really play with like a flow. So if I'm like on a roll, I just want to keep going, and taking like a safety exit just halts that, you know, and it just makes you play so differently.
Yeah, that's true. I would just recommend next time to wait until you're like off that railway with like pod users. I think that still triggers like the glitch, right? Or like it can trigger it.
Oh, I guess yeah, but I wasn't really thinking about that.
Yeah, maybe something for the next matchup. So do we already know who your opponent's gonna be like, or is that?
No, I think it's just going to be random.
Yeah, we won't know until all the matches of this week is over. All we know is it's going to be someone who has a 3-0 record as well.
All right. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not super familiar with the tourney settings. So thank you guys for backing me out.
Yeah, and there's Ganon down for Zelda as well. It's gonna finish this with a 55-minute time. Even with that Vitreous dev, definitely get your GGs in.
That little fire out thingy right there.
Oh yeah, that's so sweet.
Oh, the silvers were in the fire snake room, not the firebar room.
Yeah, the fire snake.
More
sense. If it wasn't the fire bar room, I would have definitely picked it up. It was just
that's what I thought
so
it was
close.
in the firebar room, so that makes a lot more sense why you guys didn't go for the silvers then.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a pretty good race, honestly. I enjoy watching that. I said it during the race. Like watching you guys play is always so good.
I was so tired today, and I really was afraid that I would die to a boss like Zelda did. But I was playing so well. Like I had like 10 missed menus, but that doesn't matter. Like the rest of the stuff was really good. I was pleasantly surprised.
I mean, the chances are if you're gonna have like a miss menu, your opponent probably has like 1 or 2 as well, right? So I wouldn't worry too much about that stuff because it happens to everyone all the time. So just like part of the game, I guess.
Yeah, and we are joined by zelgadissan as well. GG's, dude. This was a really good run.
Yeah, thanks. GG's. And yeah, GG's to Aaron. I knew I was going to be in an execution battle, and I knew I wasn't winning it. So, yeah, this was fun though.
Yeah, it was super good race. Like all the way until like swamp, a bit after swamp. Like we were neck and neck, despite the small divergences. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I will say I got a bit concerned when you skipped that lamp, but then your dark rooms in my year were like some of the coolest dark rooms I've ever seen.
Yeah, I don't really try dark spooky all that much, but I was like, man, I got to do something. So let's see if we can pull it off. And somehow I actually got it. So that was neat. But I just totally spaced on the fact that I had the green potion, so I could have used the cape. I just wasn't thinking about it. And I totally missed the red potion in Hype Cave in the log. I just flat out missed that. If I had seen it, I would have grabbed it for sure.
Yeah, we said it before the match, like, you're honestly, in these, like, 15 minutes you guys have, you're, like, worried about, you know, the route and, like, the major items. I would say probably at least 10 minutes of that time, right? And then you take, like, the extra 5 minutes to find, like, safeties, hard containers, hard pieces, I would guess. And you easily, like, miss an item. You also kind of want to, you know, double-check in your head, is my route, like, gonna work out? Is it good enough? Especially if there's like mean scenarios with like mirror and ether tablet, right? So not always easy to figure things out, I would say.
Yeah, Death Mountain was definitely a sore point.
Yeah, that
when I was looking at all those items there,
I was trying to figure out like how I would route this. That spent a lot of my routing time was just trying to deal with Death Mountain. Like, my initial thought was, you know, just grab some Aria from the old man, then flute away to ice, get the ice rod so I can do Turtle Rock while I'm up there. But no, you got to have that mirror to get Quake from Bombo's tablet. It was a disaster.
Oh, I didn't think of that. But yeah, that makes sense.
Zelga, your spy cave was really tight.
So I'm fairly well known. Again, some people probably know that I treat Spike Cave very close to death. Like, I try and wait as late as I possibly can. I actually have a clip recently where I died with holding Berna out because I just missed the activation by probably like 1 frame. So he's holding the cane to activate Berna, but it didn't work. So I just died.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I knew going into this it was going to be an execution fight. And as soon as I saw like everything for NMG like is just in mini Moldorm Cave, I was like, okay, I'm not winning this race. Like, I knew like 2 minutes into the log.
So happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then again, can you really be like super sad about early boots and tempered sword and all that? Like, no matter who your opponent is, I think I would be pretty happy to see all that.
No, I mean, I was definitely happy to see it as well, but it's like against a lot of runners, I can kind of hope that my execution helps kind of give me the edge, and I knew that wasn't happening today. So I knew I had to have a dumb route, and Death Mountain really helped try to give a dumb route, but it certainly wasn't enough.
Yeah, I think the seed in general was like super easy to figure out, in my opinion. Not sure what you guys think about this one, but like almost every item was just like sitting there in the overworld. You know, Death Mountain was a little bit mean, I guess, but still like not super complicated, right? So yeah, not sure how you guys feel about it.
Yeah, it definitely. There's like 2 kinds of seeds, right? There's one where most of it is in the overworld, and one where most of it is in the dungeons. And sometimes you just have to try to figure out what order to do the dungeons in. And those seeds are typically actually faster, even though they're harder to figure out. Because here you actually could basically do everything and then finish all the dungeons. And it's just so much back and forth in the overworld compared to so much back and forth in the dungeons. But you actually lose quite a bit of time on that. So I was like actually worrying a lot about whether I actually missed something in a dungeon. But it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, this was a weird one. Like, if you just skip out on doing Thieves Town and Hera when you're in the general area, you could have hit go mode in Ice Palace with the Ice Rod without having a single crystal. It was just that was the only real item in the dungeon that mattered. So, all in all, it was really friendly as long as you get a kind of early flute or boots, and we got both of those. So yeah, I think this was a relatively easy route overall.
Yeah. And yeah, concerning the virgins with the lamp, I just wanted to get the lamp early. I knew I would be able to gain a few seconds in Old Man Cave and then the rest in Ball and Mire, and I thought it wouldn't be too bad. And it was just a lot safer. I mean, all the low hearts and Mire can just kill you, and I'd rather just lose like 10-15 seconds getting that than be super nervous in those rooms.
Yeah, I personally also agree with that. So I was kind of surprised seeing you, Zelda, not go for it, but maybe you thought you had to like risk a little bit here and there to, you know, get an edge or something.
Yeah, I did. I knew going into this, like, okay, if there's a slightly out of the way armor or maybe one or two hearts that's kind of out of the way, I just have to skip them. Whereas in this one, there wasn't really anything like that came up. It was just all, like, if you had to go to Mini Moldorm Cave to get your swords, hey, there's an armor right there. So I came into this planning to try and skip some safety to save a little bit of time, and it just never happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially because you did need something for Spike Cave, right? And you needed something for Vidi. Those are really the two choke points when it comes to safeties and health management.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, at least in a spoiler race, I think Vitreous is harder than Ganon. So,
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, so I think you guys did, like, as we mentioned a couple of times, the race was pretty close until the accident happened in Mire. And I want to thank you guys for that. That was a pretty fun race. And unless you guys have any last words, I would like to sign it off. Eri, Zelga, something from you guys.
Thanks so much for coming. And, the race was a pleasure, dude, and good luck in the coming rounds. Hope to see you in brackets.
Yeah, I would just echo all of that. Thank you guys for doing the commentary, the tracking, the restream. Really appreciate it. It was awesome to kind of have off in the background. I wasn't super watching, but I could at least glance at times and hear a little bit. And yeah, good luck, Ari, moving forward. I would say you're definitely one of the favorites here. So I'm looking forward to watching more.
I just need to practice more. I really only do the weekly spoiler log for the tournament, and then that's that. So I'm pretty happy with how I've been doing so far. But maybe some more practice over the coming few weeks.
Yeah, GG's to both of you, and definitely good luck in the rest of the Swiss rounds. Looks like we have coming up at 8:15 p.m. Eastern time. We have Gerdo versus Aster, so that's going to be a really good match on this channel as well. There's a couple more games, but they have not really been decided if they're getting restreamed or not. So keep your eyes out for the schedule. But yeah, definitely major shout outs to our runners, and shout outs to our trackers, Sports Jeffy, as well, for keeping track of everything happening in the game. And thank you, Fellaine, for joining me for this game.
Yeah, thank you. Honestly, it was my pleasure. Honestly, and yeah, as was mentioned, thanks everyone for the good race, for tracking, and everyone for watching. And good luck, Ari, with the All Dungeons tournament as well.
Oh boy, yeah, that's gonna be a rough one. We're really looking forward to it, though.
You got this. But yeah, thanks everyone, and have a nice weekend. Thank you.